This is the Surf from the Turf and part of the Coaching Crew Show. I am your host, Charlie Krause. So let's jump right into it. This past Friday night, 3 million viewers on the ESPN stations networks watched Coastal Carolina play Kansas in their game. That's right now the largest viewers of any game so far on the ESPN networks for this season. Last year, the BYU game was the most viewed by anyone on ESPN as well for Coastal Carolina. So that says a lot. Shots up. And here's Coach Chadwell's response to that.
Well, I think that's more and more people that learn about our program, learn about our university, and learn about what our brand is. And so that's big from a recruiting standpoint for us. And then two, that America's team is not something we made up. That just shows you right there. So America loves the Chants.
More so, Coach Chadwell was mentioning about the offense and how he liked to have more time possession. Buffalo so far has held the ball 55% of the game's possessions, where Coastal, it's one of those, I have the ball, but I score type of, hey, congratulations, but scenarios. They're only holding the ball 44% of the time, but they're putting up so many points. And look at their points per play average. It's one of the highest in the nation, okay? And then yards per possession, they're the second in the nation. So they're doing a lot of things right. They're just scoring fast, and it's just getting the ball and getting the defensive side off of third down. Here's Coach Chadwell and that response.
Coach, our first question comes from Charlie Krause. On Saturday, you mentioned emphasis on the time of possession. After 2 weeks, Buffalo's controlling the ball a little over 55% of their games. We're currently about 45% in terms of possession. Where's the line between slow possession and just the scoring, taking advantage of the scoring opportunities when they present themselves?
Well, you win games by scoring, not holding the ball by any means. So we're going to score, but we've got to make sure that we're not one, defensively. We got to get them off the field when we have the opportunities. If it's third down, we got to get them off the field. But then two, obviously, we've got to make sure we stay on it. And we've done pretty well from a third down standpoint. We've not been in that many third downs. We've been scoring some touchdowns. So it's a little bit, I don't say misleading by any means, but we need to do a good job of staying on the field, scoring. And if that means holding it for a while, great. If not, it helps your defense anytime you have the ball and they're not out there, and Buffalo does a good job of that. So we're going to have to be efficient with our offense and scoring some points.
Grayson McCall currently leads the nation in the quarterback rating. Now, Coach Chadwell doesn't want to get into the math about all that, but basically, the more completions you have, the more touchdowns you throw, the less interceptions you have, the longer passes you complete, all add up to be a good thing. And right now, Grayson's number one in the nation.
Question from Charlie Krause. Grayson currently has the highest QB rating in the nation after 2 weeks. How would you grade his performance thus far?
Yeah, and I don't know how they break down that rating, so don't ask me. I don't know what it means, but I know he's throwing a lot of completions and not a lot of incompletions, so that's a good thing. I think he's handling the offense. He's getting us in the plays that we need to be in. And he's making smart decisions with the ball, and so the big challenge is when you have a great year, you feel like you got to do everything coming into the next year. And I feel like he's taking what the teams are giving him. He's trusting his playmakers out there on the perimeter, and he's helping us be efficient. That's the thing. If you're efficient at quarterback and can make the throws when they're there and make the plays, and you can have games like he's had. I think he's only have 7 incompletions so far this year, and whatever number of attempts, and so he's played only a half of maybe a half and 5 plays of one game, and so I think he's playing pretty well so far.
Air Spillum, as his T-shirt says, was asked about special teams, and Coach Chadwell has actually put a lot of effort and emphasis on special teams this week in preparation for Buffalo. So actually, I'm really curious to see what big thing is going to happen this week when they go up to Buffalo and put someone through a table, maybe, I don't know, about what's going to happen with the special teams. But expect something big and maybe even a bigger return with Javon Hiley with the special teams, because there's been a heavy emphasis on that, as Alex Spillum is about to mention.
Coach put a heavy emphasis on this week's presser about special teams and how important it was. What's practice been like this week on the special team side of the ball?
It's been good. You know, the energy's been high. We know that special teams, you know, it is provide the winning edge, and that's what we want to do every week, provide the winning edge.
Again, Coastal Carolina travels to Buffalo this Saturday at noon Eastern on ESPN2. For highlights and perspective, you can follow me on Twitter at Coach Crew Show, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Look for us after the game for a post-game wrap-up.